Hey, this is Ryan Jones from Serverless Guru. In this video, we're going to be going into Lambda function. We're going to be looking at our deployed stack, which we just did just a second ago. We're going to test it. We're going to make some modifications where we need to and get this thing working. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the SRA backend dev API function. We're going to create a test event here. I'm just going to call it test1 super creative. We're going to hit create. And then what we're going to do is test it. So you can see that it actually logged back that it had a status code of 500. That means that it actually failed. So the big thing here is we're going to open up the api.js file, and we're going to look at this code. So what we can see here is that we've got just starting from the top, we're importing the AWS SDK. We've got this API object, which is going to hold all of our functions. We've got a table name, which is being passed in through the environment variables. That's something that we haven't added yet. Then we have the api.handler. This is kind of our high-level function. Everything else goes from there. So it's almost like it's kind of the brain of our Lambda function. And then we have supporting functions like handle delete user by ID, handle create user, handle update user by ID, and so on. So inside this handler function, we're then going to log the event out. Then we have this response object, which is going to be created as it goes through this handler function. And then finally, the response at the end is going to get sent back to the front end or sent back to whoever is making the request. Then we've got a try catch block. So you can see here, we got try catch. Catch is going to catch any errors that happen inside of all these functions. And then we say if the event.pass includes /users, or just in this case, users, then we're going to run this code block here. And if it doesn't include users, we're just going to ignore it. So the first thing we want to do is look at this first line on 13. So it's going to check the HTTP method. So it says event.http method is equal to post. Then it's going to run handle create user, and it's going to pass in the event.body. All this is important to know because this is getting somewhat complex.